Welcome back to the channel Gear Up Bike, where we dive deep into machines that keep the spirit of riding alive. Today, we're taking a long ride into a motorcycle that refuses to grow old. A motorcycle that doesn't chase trends but defines its own identity. The 2026 Kawasaki W800 continues a legacy stretching over half a century, and for classic bike lovers, this one is truly special. Kawasaki has polished this machine for 2026 with subtle refinements, but the heart remains loyal to its heritage. So let's get into what this bike truly feels like, looks like, and performs like when you stand next to it, ride it, and live with it. Get comfortable, because today's review is going to take you through everything you need to know before buying the new W800. The first moment you walk up to the bike, your eyes settle on its front end, one of the most recognizable faces in the retro motorcycle world. The large round LED headlamp continues the classic British-inspired silhouette that the W series has always celebrated. Kawasaki retains the chrome bezel around the headlight, giving it that vintage glow even when the lights are off. The 2026 model refines the front fork shrouds with slightly smoother contours, making the bike look a little more premium and balanced than before. As you move closer, you notice the contrast between the gloss black fork gaiters and the polished metal of the front fender stays. The fender itself sits elegantly above the wheel, not too high, not too tucked, just enough to reflect the open road vibes the W800 is known for. The spoked wheels remain one of the defining elements of the W800. As trends shift toward cast wheels even on retro models, Kawasaki stays committed to the authenticity of spokes. The 2026 edition uses stainless steel spokes paired with polished aluminum rims, and when sunlight hits them, they shimmer like a vintage postcard. The front wheel still hosts the single-disc brake setup, a reminder that this bike is designed for calm, composed riding rather than aggressive corner carving. The braking feel is intentionally progressive, not abrupt, staying true to the bike's character. The front turn indicators, mounted on slim chrome stalks, maintain the classic bullet design, and Kawasaki has now upgraded the bulb-style indicators to warm color LEDs that still look vintage but provide better visibility. Moving to the side view, the W800 truly comes alive. This is the angle that makes riders fall in love. The long, perfectly flat bench seat runs from the tank to the tail, giving the motorcycle that neat horizontal line that defines classic roadsters. The new seat texture for 2026 uses deeper stitching with a leather-like finish, improving premium feel while staying true to its old-school roots. Kawasaki has kept the simple teardrop fuel tank that has become a signature of the W series. The proportions remain just right, wide enough for stability, slim enough to be comfortable, and sculpted enough to look elegant from any distance. The tank badges retain the chrome-backed W logo, almost like a piece of jewelry sitting on the paint. Below the tank, the heart of the machine sits proudly on display. The bevel gear-driven camshaft system is still the most visually striking element of the engine design, and Kawasaki proudly showcases it with polished metal housings. The twin exhaust pipes sweep downward and then outward into slim, elegant mufflers that shine with their chrome finish. The exhaust note remains soft, rich, and mellow, something between a gentle thump and a classic rumble. The 2026 model fine-tunes the internal baffling to give a slightly fuller tone without crossing into excessive loudness. The frame continues its double cradle structure with beautifully symmetrical tubes, giving the motorcycle a genuine vintage aura. Unlike modern bikes that hide their frames under plastic panels, the W800 wears its structure proudly. Every nut and bolt seems placed with aesthetic intention. The side covers below the seat maintain their metallic finish, and Kawasaki has slightly revised the rear subframe to improve the rigidity and passenger comfort without altering the original silhouette. The side profile of the motorcycle blends modern engineering with the nostalgic purity of 1960s British motorcycling. Walking around to the back, you're met with another classic masterpiece. The rear fender extends gracefully over the wheel, maintaining that smooth oval arc that older bikes were known for. The 2026 tail lamp maintains the retro boxy design but now incorporates a more diffused LED panel that lights up with a warm red glow rather than the cold tone of typical LEDs. The turn indicators at the back mirror the ones up front, keeping symmetry intact. The chrome grab rail running behind the seat is not only practical but adds elegance to the motorcycle's rear stance. The spoked rear wheel, chain drive, and dual shocks complete the picture of a motorcycle designed to look timeless, not modernized. Kawasaki offers slightly retuned rear suspension damping this year to improve comfort when riding with a pillion. Now let's get into the engine, the soul of the W800. Kawasaki continues with the iconic 773cc air-cooled vertical twin engine, tuned for smooth, relaxed riding rather than high-speed aggression. This is not an engine designed to chase higher revs. Instead, it thrives in the low and mid-ranges, delivering a gentle but confident pull. With its 360-degree crankshaft configuration, the engine creates a smooth power delivery that feels like silk on the road. You don't get vibrations that shake your bones, nor do you get the buzziness common with some twins. The engine warms up with a calm, steady beat, and as you roll the throttle, the bike responds with a linear and predictable surge. The 2026 refinement includes a new fuel injection mapping designed to offer cleaner throttle transitions, especially at low speeds in the city. This makes the bike easier to maneuver in traffic without jerky movements. Kawasaki also adjusted internal tolerances to meet stricter global emissions, but thankfully, they've preserved the natural sound of the exhaust. The air cooling fins remain prominent, and they shine beautifully against sunlight, emphasizing the machine's vintage engineering charm. When it comes to performance, the W800 isn't meant to blow your mind with numbers, but it's meant to impress with consistency and comfort. The bike accelerates smoothly, building speed in a progressive rhythm that encourages you to enjoy the ride rather than rush it. On open highways, the motorcycle cruises comfortably at mid-range speeds without struggle. The riding posture is upright, spacious, and incredibly natural, making long journeys feel lighter on your back and shoulders. The wide handlebar, soft seat padding, and linear throttle contribute to a riding experience that's peaceful yet engaging. The suspension is tuned for comfort rather than stiffness. It absorbs road imperfections well without disconnecting you from the surface. Steering is stable, predictable, and confidence-building, ideal for riders who appreciate calm, classic dynamics over sharp sport bike handling. The tires, designed for road-biased riding, offer good grip on city streets and smooth highways. The braking system, although more relaxed compared to modern aggressive setups, provides good control once you understand the bike's intended rhythm. ABS ensures safety during sudden stops. In terms of pricing, the 2026 Kawasaki W800 positions itself as a premium classic motorcycle, not an entry-level retro. Kawasaki knows its target audience are riders who appreciate craftsmanship, nostalgia, and character. While exact regional prices vary, the W800 typically sits in the mid to upper price bracket of the classic bike market, competing with machines like the Triumph Bonneville T100 and Royal Enfield Super Meteor. The price reflects the quality of materials, long-lasting construction, and the timeless design that Kawasaki has refined over decades. As we wrap up the review, the essence of the 2026 Kawasaki W800 becomes clear. This is not a motorcycle chasing speed records or modern sport bike numbers. This is a motorcycle built for riders who want a deeper connection to the road, who appreciate craftsmanship, purity, and a design language that refuses to expire. The W800 remains one of the purest forms of retro riding available today, a machine that doesn't shout for attention but earns it through elegance and authenticity. If you want a motorcycle that feels like stepping into a time machine while enjoying modern reliability, the W800 should be on your short list. Thanks for watching Gear Up Bike. If you enjoyed this in-depth review, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and tell us in the comments, would you ride the 2026 Kawasaki W800, or are you looking for something more modern? Until the next ride, stay safe, stay passionate, and always gear up.